Welcome to Smart Stock Watch, your go-to channel for in-depth financial analysis. Today is June 5th, 2025, and we're diving into TLYS Fiscal 2025 First Quarter Earnings Report. Joining us is John, our senior analyst from Smart Stock Watch. John, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. TLYS, a specialty retailer known for its casual apparel and accessories, has just released its Q1 2025 earnings. There's a lot to unpack, from sales trends to future outlooks.
Revenue and profitability overview. Let's start with the top line. TLYS reported total net sales of $107.6 million for Q1 2025, a 7% decrease compared to last year. John, what are the key factors behind this decline?
The decrease in net sales is primarily due to a drop in both physical store and e-commerce sales. Physical store sales fell by 7.4%, while e-commerce sales decreased by 5.8%. Despite these declines, it's worth noting that the sequential trend improved compared to the previous quarter.
And how did this impact their profitability?
Gross profit came in at $21.3 million, down from $24.3 million last year. The gross margin also contracted slightly to 19.8%. The net loss widened to $22.2 million, or 74 cents per share, compared to a loss of 65 cents per share last year.
Operational efficiencies and future outlook. Moving on to operational efficiencies, TLYS SG&A expenses were $44 million, slightly down from last year. How does this fit into their overall cost management strategy?
The decrease in SG&A expenses is mainly due to reduced store payroll and benefits, as well as lower asset write-down charges. However, these savings were partially offset by increased marketing expenses. Despite the cost-cutting, the operating loss increased to $22.7 million.
Looking ahead, what is TLYS' outlook for the second quarter?
TLYS projects Q2 net sales to range between $150 million and $158 million, with comparable net sales potentially decreasing by up to 5% or remaining flat. They also forecast EPS to range from a net loss of 9 cents to net income of 7 cents, indicating a potential turnaround.
Balance sheet and liquidity. Let's discuss TLYS' balance sheet. They reported $37.2 million in cash and equivalents. How does their liquidity position look?
TLYS maintains a solid liquidity position with $37.2 million in cash and $55.4 million in available credit. Their total inventories decreased by 3.8%, which is a positive sign of effective inventory management. Capital expenditures were also lower at $1.5 million, reflecting prudent financial management.
CEO insights and strategic initiatives. Hezy Shaked, TLYS CEO, mentioned that their merchandise assortment is on trend and that there are encouraging signs of business stabilization. What are your thoughts on this?
Hezy Shaked's comments reflect a cautious optimism. The improvement in sequential sales trends suggests that their strategies might be starting to pay off. They are actively seeking opportunities to accelerate progress, which could bode well for future performance.
EPS forecast and analyst expectations. Analysts had forecasted an EPS of 66 cents, but TLYS reported an actual EPS of 74 cents. What does this mean for investor sentiment?
The actual EPS missed the forecast by 8 cents, which might lead to some cautious sentiment among investors. The miss indicates that while there are improvements, challenges remain. Analysts will likely be watching closely for further signs of stabilization in the coming quarters.
Key takeaways. In summary, TLYS faced a challenging first quarter with a net sales decline and a wider net loss. However, their liquidity remains strong and there's potential for improvement in the second quarter. John, any final thoughts?
TLYS is navigating a tough retail environment, but their strategic initiatives and focus on merchandise trends could help stabilize their business. Investors should keep an eye on their Q2 performance for further signs of recovery.
Thank you, John, for your insights, and thank you to our viewers for tuning in. If you found this analysis helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Smart Stock Watch. We'd love to hear your thoughts on TLYS performance in the comments below.